right about now, I got my good friend Coach Wade on the line. Coach Wade!
What's going on? What's going on? Good afternoon.
I don't know what's going on. Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
But the rent, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up in 2 days. I got to pay that.
Oh, yeah, isn't it? Oh, wow, you're right. Whoops.
I feel like it was 2 days ago that it was paid.
That
right?
just made my laughter stop instantly. I'm like, oh, yeah, the one bill I forgot to pay, rent.
It's not due yet, though. It's not due yet, so you're good.
It doesn't matter if it's not due yet. It's still due in 2 days. So whether today or 2 days, I mean, you think the stress is any less? Actually, I'm not stressing it, but you know what I'm saying. You get the point.
You're good. You're not stressing it.
No,
you
I'm
got
not.
it. I know you got it.
I don't know why Abby chose this subject today. I think she's trying to send like subliminal messages because I'm going to Africa. So I think that's why. I'm serious. I feel like is that why this came to your brain? I don't know why she trying to get me matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find. Yeah. So today's subject, we're talking about dating outside of your culture, right? So I think the best part to start with this is if you do start dating outside of your culture, or maybe you haven't met the person yet, maybe you're going on a trip, because I think this is why Abby put this here in the first place. What are some things that you should be open to or not do when you're looking to step into another culture when dating?
That's hard.
It is, because cultures are different. So I don't know how you're going to answer it.
Cultures are different. Yeah. I'll answer like this. We have to make sure that our values are not compromised.
Yeah.
Because not all cultures uphold the same values that we have.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that
when you say we, who you talking about, Americans or Jamaicans? Because you know that in itself is two different things.
We're talking about people in general,
okay.
But definitely Jamaicans as well too. Here's the thing: if you marry someone, from the Middle East, they have completely different cultural expectations. And if you have a daughter, do you want your daughter to be treated a certain way or considered to be a certain way?
Yeah.
You have to worry about how some cultures in Africa also uphold values as well too. Are they the same values that uphold? You have to worry about Americans. If you're Jamaicans, do the Americans uphold the same value system that you have?
Yeah.
Do different cultures have different values? And that's just what you want to see. You want to find out what your values are. A lot of people don't even know what their values are, to be honest.
True.
But you want to find out what your values are and then make sure that whoever you're speaking to upholds the same values.
Yeah. So
you want to make sure that go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so even if it's, because there's many levels of this, you could either have just met someone and think you want to date them or you like them. But I think you tell me, the first step is when you identify that person is of another culture, do your due diligence, learn about the culture. What are some things about it? That way, when you have your next conversation with them, you can find how deep they are into those cultural beliefs, because you might have someone who's, Arab or something, and they believe that the daughter needs to be told who she's going to marry, or, they're very deep rooted in certain ways that way. But you could have been a man that grew up, differently, and you don't believe that those things that originally are from your heritage no longer serve you. So, would you suggest that? First, do your due diligence and research the culture.
Now, the other part, aside from culture, is you want to find out about their family as well, too. What type of family are you marrying into? Let's talk about,
or dating into. I always go into marriage first. You be extreme,
I'm
son.
a marriage counselor.
But I ain't trying to marry nobody, and I don't think everybody else is.
Whether you marry by paper or whether you marry by culture, one way or the other, you married. So
stop
you can fight it all you want.
Call
it a different
Stop
name.
using that. Yes, use a different word.
Okay.
When you're involved,
your partner. When you want to
partner.
get with your partner in your relationship with your partner / husband and wife, just make sure. Now, let's say you're marrying someone who's white. Let's just go there with it. Now, what type of family do they have? If they're from the South, they are in the United States. I'm speaking specifically. You may have someone who has different values as you have, and she may not be upholding their values. But do you want to marry into that family where or have a relationship into that family where your children, if you have, may not be accepted? Let's take back home to Jamaica as well, too. There's still classism in Jamaica as well.
Very much.
And if you were to get with someone as well, too, will their family accept you? Or will they not accept you?
Yeah.
And if you have children, will they accept your children? Will they not accept your children? Is that a cross you're willing to bear?
Yeah.
And that's some of the things that that people look into. And that's some of the reasons why people hesitate to get into interracial relationships or
Yeah.
cross-cultural relationships. Because you can have people who are two black people, one's Christian, one's Muslim.
And it's
And
a
it could be a
problem.
completely different, yeah.
Yeah.
You can have two Christians who get together who have different understanding of Christianity.
Absolutely.
A Mormon has a completely different understanding of Christianity than someone who's a Seventh-day Adventist.
Right.
Right. So you want to make sure that it's not just black and white issue. It really does boil down to your values, regardless of the person's race, culture, creed, or whatever. Their values and morals have to align with yours. And if they don't align with yours, then you might have trouble with those cross-cultural relationships.
I love that. And I love this conversation. I mean, it's pretty broad stroke, you would think, but I think there are some people that will gain a lot of value as well, because like even when we talk about the race, you're right, it's not just race. I've seen couples where, you know, this person has a lot of money and they picked up someone who doesn't come from money. And then they have the parents or the grandparents, which literally flips their nose. I've seen all these situations, and especially going to a predominantly white school. One thing I also saw, a flip side of dating outside of the culture, and this doesn't apply for all the relationships, but I found a lot of like the white girls, or even a few, not many, of the white boys, they were going out of their culture, not because even there was a real attraction for this person. It was just almost like a novelty. Like, for instance, I remember there was this one kid, he just transferred, black, to my school. My school is a predominantly white school. And I remember going to the lunchroom and hearing everybody talking about how hot this black kid was, this new kid. And in my head, I'm going, finally, another brother. He looked good. What? So me now, 2 tools by the principal office for go sneak a peek on this good-looking everybody at top about black man. And them look like Frankenstein, literally. Like his head was flat. He had this like humongous gap. He was just very unattractive. And then when he opened his mouth, he was even worsely attractive. So you see what I mean? It was like one of these things where in my mind as a young person, I'm like, how is all these white chicks acting like? And I started to see that there is really also a level of defiance. Like your parents are told you
Correct.
You can't go there. So no matter what,
Correct.
you don't, you just want to go there.
It's the rebellious nature, right?
Yeah.
If you tell me that I can't have something, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to want it.
want it.
If you tell me I shouldn't date someone, then guess what? You
That's what
must
I
be
want.
telling me that because it's something good. Now, if you tell me, let's equate this back all the way back to the beginning of time.
Yeah,
If you tell me not to eat from the forbidden fruit,
right.
what's going to happen?
You
As
gonna
soon
want
as
it.
someone says, "No, man, it's good. Don't worry about it."
Yep.
You're gonna try
And it
that
goes
forbidden
both
fruit.
ways. The black man, he's like, oh, I couldn't have had this white girl, or I couldn't have had this girl with the straight hair with the money because I was the poor black man. So, now that I got money, I need to look like I got money. So to look like I got money, I got to put the white girl or this other fancy looking thing next to me. And they don't look at the value of the person. Now, there are couples where they are looking at the value, but you do have the
Right.
mentality that you think like once you've reached a level, you're now basing a person
Well,
separately.
The challenge within our community is that we're told from a long time that
Yeah.
we are not of a certain value and we are lesser than.
Yeah.
We're told that, black is bad, white is good.
Yeah.
And so when you grow up, you start thinking that you are lesser than and less deserving. So once you get some money and you want to get to a higher level that
Yeah.
you think you should be, you got to get with the higher level as well too, which is the light skin, the white, the fear. Because in African cultures, it's whoever's lighter is greater. In India as well too, the lighter you are, the
Almost
more
every
higher
culture, let's be
caste you are.
honest. Over in
It's almost
China,
every
you got
culture.
people bleaching too, trying to be
Correct.
white or white. I
Correct.
don't even get that.
Correct.
I don't
So
even get
a
it.
lot
but
of
okay.
a lot of successful black men go with white women because that is the status,
Yeah.
as you were saying. That is the status that you've been looking for, that you made it.
Yeah.
Now, there is also the other thing as well too, where I see it a lot, unfortunately, where black men, I should say, go with white women because they can't deal with a black woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they say the attitude, the arguments, the fighting, the this, the that.
There's
they don't
truth to
wanna
some
deal
of
with
it,
so
though.
they go,
There's truth.
Listen,
The reason I say that is because I'm one of those people that do say that. But I sat back and I questioned myself, and I understand it because once again, I went to a predominantly white school, and I watched how a lot of these white girls would approach them, and it's very, hey, hey, let's go get ice cream. Let's go on scooters. Because you know what? My whole life has been stressless, and I don't have any of the stress that these other black women have had to go through. So everything is lollipops and sprinkles over here. Meanwhile, the black woman is she's over there fighting and clawing and clawing. So of course she has way more of an edge.
But you're trading one problem for another.
Basically.
And that's essentially what you're doing. And I don't want to call and say, the white girls are problems. I'm just saying that regardless of what situation you're in, you're going to have some challenges.
Of course there are problems too. Why you can't say that?
One challenge to another challenge. No, because I don't want them. You
understand, the white girl would just kill off the white girl would just kill off our black boyfriend. The same black boyfriend who was all over social media disrespecting black women, talking about how great the white woman was, and the white woman done killed him. And instead of them putting her in jail, they let her go to Club Med to get rehab first, and then they put her in jail. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's nice, though.
Very wonderful. Very wonderful. Hey, listen, the women aren't the problem. If you a lot of these men, when I speak with them, I ask them, where do you meet these black women?
Yeah.
And if you always shop at the dollar store, then you're going to get cheap material.
Oi, hello. Nothing wrong with the dollar store. I don't think there's a dollar store anymore. I don't think there's
dollar
one,
store stuff meant to last? Is it meant to last, or is it just a quick grab?
No, it's not meant to last. Yeah, it's a quick grab.
Right. So if you want something that's going to last a long time, then you have to go to a proper store. So if you're always shopping at the same, crappy store for your woman, then you're going to get crappy, because not everyone's at the same maturity level that you're looking for. But you're hoping to find a diamond in the rough.
In the same exact place that you.
I'm just talking to him a little bit.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But that's a good point. Yeah, that's why I'm going to Africa, a new pool to swim in. I'm kidding.
Listen, I'm going to bite my tongue.
Are you? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Come on.
What did I say about trading? What did I say about trading one problem for another?
I told you I'm not. I was joking. I'm joking. Seriously? Coach Wade, you going to do me like that?
Listen.
You think I'm going to be out there talking about, woo-hoo, somebody's son come get me. Somebody's son come get me.
You can find your love wherever you are. You might find it in front of you there, or you might find it in another country.
I'm not looking for it.
You have to be open for it. You have to be open to it.
You know what I'm open for right now, Coach Wade?
What's that?
The safari in Africa, going to be up close with an elephant and a giraffe and a few lions. That's what I'm open for. Somewhere on my trail, I feel like I'll find my mister, but this won't be the first trip. No, first trip is for me. So, yeah, I bay to you.
I can't fault you. I would be right there with you. I planned a trip last year, didn't make it because Mr. COVID.
Oh, jeez.
But I gotta repurpose that trip. I have to make it there. So I'm there with you.
Yeah, but before you go though, when we talk about different cultures, that goes to traveling. So real quick, I would love you to speak to the audience about the importance of traveling, of taking a vacation, not just doing what like me, for instance, I travel for work, or a staycation. I mean, actually separating, turning everything off, not doing work, and going on a vacation. How important is that, especially as an adult?
The best experiences that you're going to get in life is through experiencing other cultures and going other places and seeing how people live. The knowledge that you have from home is so small compared to what you can get elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And I hear a lot of people who don't have a passport or say that, I'm in Jamaica, so where can I travel to? There are many places that accept a Jamaican passport, and you don't need to get a visa or anything of the sort.
Exactly.
But you can't consider yourself worldly if you have not experienced the world. Mm-hmm. And you can't experience it through a book only. You can't experience it through TV. You have to go and get there and see it and touch and feel and eat the right food, talk to the right people, see the culture, see the people, and get yourself into a different frame of mind. That opens up so many possibilities to you. Yeah. It opens up so many experiences. But when you only know one thing, you can only speak to one thing.
Absolutely.
And if you don't allow yourself to leave and experience the world, then again, you can't be worldly if you've never seen it, if you never experienced it. Yeah. It is a mental thing to keep. I go to people's house and I see they have this big 80-inch TV. They have this kind of car. They have this, that, and the other. All these things that they buy. But here's what. You don't carry those things with you anywhere.
Nope.
You can lose that tomorrow. You know what you can't lose? Those experiences and those memories that you kept in your head. Mm-hmm. No one can take those from you to, you get up in age, it might be a little different. But if you travel with your kids, the best thing you can leave them also are those
Memories and
experiences. So I
experiences.
tell people, make memories. Stop worrying about money. You can make more money, make experiences. You can keep
Yeah.
those for the rest of your life.
And you say when you get up, maybe when you get up in age, but let's also look at the fact that when you get up in age, even if you have Alzheimer's, it's those memories you made. Like if you played a
Hmm.
song from those memories, it's
Hmm.
not the memories from
Right?
going to work you're gonna
They come
remember.
back.
It's
They
gonna
come back.
it'll
Right?
trigger exactly because
Yeah.
those are the things that stimulated good feelings, good vibes, good energy in you. So if you can travel, go forth and travel, and until you
Hmm.
can travel, well, save your money and figure it out. You know.
No, you know what? Stop buying things.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about material possessions.
You'll be proud
Start
of
making
me.
memories.
I went to the
Stop making
plant store
memories.
today and I didn't buy one plant. You would be proud of me. Like, no, it was hard. Sajay's like giving me a standing ovation. He's like,
Oh
no,
my
it was
gosh.
hard. It was hard. I had to keep
Mm,
going. Self, you're getting on a plane and going to Africa. You don't need more plants.
right.
You don't need more. But it was hard. They had this new
But you
one.
did it.
I
But you did it.
did it, but I did buy 2 new pots for my other plants.
Yeah, see, half did it.
I didn't buy a new plant. I'm just saying. Anyway, Coach Wade, take 2 steps forward. People can find you. Is it only married people you counsel? Because you always love to
No.
throw the married word my way, you know?
Listen, I do premarital counseling. I do
Nice.
singles counseling. People who are single who are looking to actually get to the next level and want to talk through some of the challenges and rediscover themselves. We do counseling for those as well too. We do counseling for people who are just boyfriend, girlfriend. I've actually had exes. I've had exes sitting in front of me trying to clarify where their relationship went wrong. No, they don't want to get back together. They just want to understand where they made some challenges and mistakes and how to grow.
How does
So
that
if
work?
you,
If you got an ex, if you got my ex coming in there and he trying to, explain his side and figure how that balance because you ain't supposed to tell him what I said and then how.
well, you ever want to hear, you ever want an answer from your ex, but you feel like you're just going to get an argument. You're not going to get the straight answer from
Yeah,
them.
they call
And
that
every time you try
closure
to talk
and you never
back and
get
forth,
it.
right,
Yeah.
both looking for closure. Both are looking to understand. But if they do it on their own, they're just going to argue and fight.
Yeah.
So when you come to a mediator, then, it works out being a little bit better that way.
Oh, y'all, you have them in there together.
Yeah. At both at the same time.
That's a different
Listen,
level of
I'm
that's
a,
a different level of adulting because I ain't going there. I ain't going to
uh,
I ain't going to no
yeah.
counselor office with my ex
It's
talking about why we
because
ain't work
closure,
out.
you can't, closure is hard for some people. If you don't have that closure, you can't move on. And so
Some
they want to
people,
move on to the next level, and for some people, and
yeah,
they can't, but they also can't have that conversation with that person. So I'm a certified negotiator.
yeah.
So I sit down and I talk with people through things like that as well
Yeah.
too. Negotiate through what you want from this person, what you're taking from them,
But
what you're.
isn't closure? I mean, I know we gotta go, but isn't closure a myth? I mean, in my brain, closure is a myth. You're not gonna get closure. You just
It
need to figure
depends
out
on
who
what you
you
want from
are.
it, though. No, closure is important. Closure is important because if you don't get that closure, you bring whatever you took from whatever happened in that last relationship, you bring into the next relationship. Closure is just trying to understand why something ended. Why, where I went wrong. When I meet with people, I don't say,
Me?
tell me what the person
Me
did.
never try
I
to
say,
figure
tell
that out.
me,
Me just knows that the person is just a jerk and bye.
well,
Cause
yeah, that's the
I know
problem.
nothing
That's
wrong
the
with me
problem.
over here.
No, that's where
It was a
listen,
joke,
how much
Coach
more
Wade.
time
It
we
was
have?
a
How much more
joke,
time we
Coach
have?
Wade. I'm
Because
leaving you. I was joking.
I,
I was
I keep telling
joking.
you need to come on the
Come.
couch, We need to.
Well, pause. Until next time, Coach Wade.
We'll pause that. Abby, that's the next conversation.
Yeah, that's for the next
How
one.
to how to get her closure.
I don't need it. I'm good, Coach. When love is supposed to come my way, it will come my way, but it's not supposed to come my way no time soon.
Yeah, you're the type of person that expect love to come knocking at your door. You don't want to go get it.
Exactly.
All right.
He will
Single
knock on
people
my
say what?
watch. He gonna knock on my door. I bet you. I bet you he gonna random.
Yeah, and you know what you didn't do? You didn't answer it because you're like, who's knocking up?
I know
Chuck
you.
can't be bothered.
Bye, Coach Wade. Follow him at Take 2 Steps Forward. Why he know me so well though? That's true. He probably would knock on my door, and I'm just not gonna be the one to answer. I'll be sitting there right there by the doorknob, talking about who asked somebody what. When it's supposed to happen for me, it'll happen for me. I believe it.